And that's how the theme song goes. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Constitutionals podcast. I'm your host, Chad White. And if you didn't know, this is the premiere podcast for the website, cpluscomedy.com. Guess what? We'll take care of that, the rest of that stuff in the, what's it called? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Taylor Swift tickets. They just announced them. I just got an email from Ticketmaster. Let's see. When is she coming to Atlanta? This is breaking news. August 11th next year. It sounds, these headphones are very loud, so it sounds like I'm screaming. I probably am. August 11th is when she's going from Pittsburgh to Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. She's going to sell at that stadium. To Tampa, to Miami, and then to Nashville. That's the strangest thing. That's the strangest thing, to go from the middle of the Northeast to down to the Southeast, then go all the way Southeast, then go right back to the middle of the Southeast, and then go, and then after Miami, Nashville, then Nashville, Detroit, Minneapolis. Oh my God, when's she playing LA? She's playing Levi's, Santa Clara, and Pasadena, May 12th and May 19th. I don't know if she's gonna. But what if she brings out more famous people again? Do you think? That was big with her 1989 tour. Do you think? Let's just hop it right into it, because Taylor Swift is the only thing I want to talk about. Her album, of course, came out, and that's the only thing that I have on my my list to talk about. So that's good. It just says main topic Taylor Swift. Great, awesome, wonderful. Taylor Swift's new album, Reputation, came out last week. To praise people typically. Usually it's the bricks that hate Taylor Swift just for no reason at all. I guess that's kind of how I hate Star Wars, for no reason at all, just because people like it. And so, people just hate something popular. That's fine. I don't really care. That's their preference. But Taylor Swift's album, Reparations. Taylor Swift is a black R&B artist, and she has a song. She has an album called Reparations. It's coming very soon. No, Taylor Swift has had an album, Reputation. Of course, it's got 15 tracks. I always think it's 16 for some reason. I've been saying 16 to people. I've been talking to people a lot about this, and it's great. It's wonderful. I think. Actually, this is what I've been telling. This is what I've been saying. Okay, so the first three albums, Fearless, Speak Now, Taylor Swift, did not do an order. Taylor Swift, Speak Now, Fearless. If those three were her younger self, including the Christmas album, all right. Anyway, just the main six. If those three were her being this country. Not Bridgepoint, but this country step. It's this little girl, innocent. She just wants to date a boy and be happy. Hate the table, but so that's what those albums are. But then if we move along to specifically Red and 1989, those are two different albums that just show her as just in a different stage of life, of growing up. 1989 is her an adult life looking back in a nostalgic sense, and then in Red, prior to that, is her just taking this first leap into adulthood, and we can see it in the songs. And if I had Taylor Swift, please, Chad. Oh my God, Taylor Swift. If I had this pulled up, then it would have been a lot easier for me to discuss this, but Red was her first foray into pop. Essentially, Fearless was kind of pop, but it was still mostly country. Red was her big step. It was October. Let me paint the picture for you. October 22nd, 2012 is when the album released. I pre-ordered it on iTunes. It was immediately sent to my iTunes. Did not have an iPod. I did have an iPod Touch, but the screen is cracked and it never worked. So I had to download it, and I put it on my Android phone and Google Play and what have you. None of this means anything. But look at the track listing. State of Grace is this nice poppy light. And it's saying that she's not the country little cute country star that everybody knows and loves. She's this big, brash, beautiful woman ready to put on this nice hot red lipstick. Again, I'm not sexually attracted to Taylor Swift. I just think that would be great friends. She just put on this red lipstick and go on town and have good fun and have a nice time. And then we've got I Knew You Were Trouble, Treacherous, All Too Well, 22. These are songs. Oh, except for 22. I'll put that one in the back. But well, yeah, 22 is about partying. Anyway. But these every single one of these tracks, everything from State of Grace to Begin Again, these are all tracks about being an adult. And then we get to 1989, and it changes the sound. It's 1989. It's late 80s pop with the synths and with light synths and with the lights and stuff and the neon and the glow and everything like that. And that's how it feels. That's what it is. And so we got Welcome to New York. Now she's this mid-20s girl, and she's out there trying to get out of the woods, trying to shake off this bad blood and have the wildest dreams. Those are all tracks. So it's great. And then we get to Reputation. Reputation is her. She says, I'm not going to say dirty things, but she says some things in this album that are just, I believe in my heart of hearts, that it is very, it's adult. It's contemporary adult. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if people still do that, but it's good. And I really enjoy it. And I had to go. So let me tell you my story about Bite. I know you don't care. To all 7 of my listeners. So I want to for weeks. I want to pre-order this album, but then but every time I go to Target's website, and the reason I pre-order at Target is because you get you get a magazine with it, and so there's 2 versions of magazines that have they're wildly different. Both 72 pages. Both have half the lyrics of the songs. Half. You get the first 6 songs, and then the next. Well, you get the first 7 or 8, and then you get the rest. It's crazy. That's how they get you to buy 2. It's sick. I sold one of the albums, but I have both the magazines. Anyway, and so you get so if you want to order it on Target with Target, then you gotta wait for it to be delivered to you. Like the month, it says it was back ordered. The first volume, of course, was the one that people always bought, but it was back ordered until the 13th of November, which is today, which is the time I'm recording this, all the way up until the 17th. I'm not gonna wait that long to listen to Taylor's album. If I can go out and buy it, I'm gonna buy it. So Friday morning, I leave the gym. All right, I'm excited all week long. I'm excited. One, because I left one of my jobs, and now I am sans a job right now. Still working at a different one, but anyway. That's a different topic for a different day, but for later on. Anyway, so I wake up, I go to the gym, and then I leave the gym. I bust my little butt over there to Target. It's 8:20. The guy, I get to the electronics section, and I decided I'm going to do my grocery shopping as well. So I roll over there with the cart. I get to the electronics section. The guy is just now putting out the album with the magazines and stuff. I grab both of the magazines and I stand there looking at them and making sure that they're both the different ones. I see that on this little note, unbeknownst to me, on the back of both the magazines is an alternate cover. So you get 4 covers. He's putting them up, and I'm seeing the back of this other one, and I'm thinking, oh my God, are there 3 magazines? Do I have to spend $60 today? No, they're $20 each, and it comes with the CD. So, and I say, and I go over there, pick it up. No, same magazine. So I get 2. All right. The guy's looking at me as if he's angry to be there because it's 8:00 in the morning, and he's got to. Also, I walk over there. I grab the magazines. The guy, as soon as I walk over, I take 2 magazines. I go, "What's up?" He goes, "Hello." He picks up his walkie-talkie, screams over it. Yeah. What do I do with these Taylor Swift magazines? How do you want them to look? How do you want them to look? He's trying to put up display, and I'm over here tearing it down, trying to get 2 magazines. Oh my God. Oh, but prior to that, I kept calling Target. I called them twice. I said, guys, I called one Target and I called another Target because I don't want them both to be on the lookout. Look out for a man who says he's buying 2 magazines for his daughter, but he's not. And that's what I said. I said, hey, you guys got any of those Target, the Target exclusive Taylor Swifts? You guys gonna have them in store? The guy didn't know. I had to go online and ask people. I'm really getting very loud here. I had to go online and ask people, did you? Someone's on the r/Taylor Swift subreddit talking about how Target's gonna when Target's delivering the magazines, and I had to ask, excuse me, do you? This is how Marvel fanatics sound to me, or Star Wars fanatics. The Taylor Swift album gonna be in store? With the magazines, are both of them going to be in store? Because I want to go pick it up after I get it from the gym. Oh my god. And that's the extent of my Friday morning. And then I went to the last day of work at one of my jobs. Oh my god. And that's how it is. That's how my life is right now. That's how it is. How are you doing? I never ask. I never sit down. I never say, hey, listener, how are you doing today? Also, would you mind just listening to me talk for the next 20 to 25 minutes? Sometimes 30 minutes. One time, 40-something minutes. Another time, 40-something minutes. But that's it. I've only done it twice. But anyway, we got... so on this album, track by track, I'll tell you my thoughts. Ready for it? Oh, and what I did was, I did not... I think I said this last week, or the week before. I did not listen to the singles at all, period. I listened to Look What You Made Me Do because it came out like 3 months ago, and I listened to it once, maybe one. No. I listened to it 4 times, exactly 4 times. I remember this specifically because I listened to it the first time, and then I played it at one of my jobs, and then I said, okay, this is too much, and then it was on at the gym, accidentally heard it there, so that's 3, and then I heard it some other time. But I don't listen to the radio in the car. I listen to podcasts. I throw my phone I throw my phone at the windshield. I throw my phone in the little holster, throw on a podcast. I just drive. I don't listen to music unless I don't really listen to music unless someone else is in the car. But other than that, I don't listen to music in the car. So I just listen to podcasts, and now I didn't have to hear Look What You Made Me Do on the radio because I'm not homeless. So, but Ready For It, and so track 1, Ready For It is great. It's a great intro track for Taylor just to say, this is me, I'm changing, are you ready for it? It's saying so many things. I'm changing, are you ready for it? Life is different, I'm changing. And then Endgame, featuring Ed Sheeran and Future, oh my god. A wonderful song. It's as if Taylor was looking at people like Nicki Minaj, or even her enemy, Katy Perry, her frenemy. I guess they're friends. I don't know. Anyway, I don't care. I don't give a crap. I'm not going to pick sides. I don't care. I'm here to listen to good music, and I'm here to watch TV, and I'm here to watch movies and play video games and just enjoy life. Doing those things. Consuming content, because I'm a millennial, and I just love binge watching content. Stupid buzzwords. Anyway, so she looked at all these other pop stars, and she says, I gotta get some features. When's the last time she had a feature? She had Tim McGraw from Taylor Swift. Is that a feature? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, it was great. Oh no, she featured Ed Sheeran before. She's featured a bunch of people before. Anyway, okay, so Endgame's great. I Did Something Bad is really it reminds me kind of Ready For It a little bit. A lot of the songs, since they were only done with 3 producers, 3 or 4 producers, including Max Antonoff. I'm thinking 5. So it's 4 to 5 producers. So since it was only done with a handful of producers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 producers, not including Taylor. So you got 6 producers working on this. Of course, the music's going to sound the same. Versus when you go to somebody else, or when you go to Dr. Dre's album, Compton, the last one that just came out with the movie, Straight Outta Compton. Of course, all the songs are going to sound the same because he's a producer. Of course, these songs are going to sound the same because Taylor Swift worked with Jack Antonoff and 4 other people I've never heard of before. But they have, and the same thing with who are those guys? Daft Punk. That's why their songs sound the same. It's all going to sound the same because they're all the same people working together. Versus when you go to, finally gets my verses, when you go to a rapper who works with Metro Boomin, and then they work with Dre, and then I don't know who's going from Metro Boomin to Dre. And then anyway, You get what I'm saying. They work with they work with 90 different producers. Sometimes you hear if young Metro don't trust you, he's gonna shoot you, and then then you hear those other intros. XO. I can't think right now. I'm very tired. I should be at work right now, but I'm not because I don't have that job anymore. So anyway, going on. Don't Blame Me, also good. Delicate's great. Look What Made You Do. So It Goes is two of these songs have ellipses, which is very strange. Come on, Taylor, come on. Getaway Car is great. Gorgeous. King of My Heart, Dancing with Hands Tied, Dress. This is why breaking news: Wonder Woman 2 moved up to November 2019. Great. This is why we can't have nice things. Oh, also wonderful, which is apparently that's a knock at Kanye West. Again, I don't care. I love them both. I will listen to both people's music. Who says I can't? You say I can't? Comment. Leave a comment. Like and subscribe. Call it what you want. And New Year's Day. New Year's Day is also really wonderful. It's one of the best. Anyway, but yeah, these came with the magazines. Magazines are great. I'm going to get the magazines. I'm going to get them. I got them in my hand right here. They're in my book bag. All right. Let's see. The AV Club gave it a B. How dare you? Who gave it a 6.5? Oh, Pitchfork. That's right. I read that review. I read part of it. Okay, so I'm looking at the magazines right now. It's got poetry. It's got paintings. They say poetry and paintings as if it's all... it all encompasses the magazine. It doesn't. It's a lot of pictures. They got poetry, paintings, and not... Yeah, wait. Pages including 72 pages, including handwritten lyrics by Taylor, personal photos, fashion portraits, behind the scenes video shoot photography, and that's what takes up the bulk of it. And it says the same thing on the other one. So these magazines, are they worth it? I would say yes. For the mounds of 14-year-old, 15-year-old fans, you got the rustling of that paper. For the mounds of the fans that are younger than me and skew female, I would say yeah, definitely. If you like her, then this is who you want. It's just pictures of her, and you got these lyrics handwritten down. You got, there's not much to do. It's just look at them, which it's cool. It's not gonna be for everybody. If you're just a fan of her casually, then just buy the album, just listen to it. And of course, it's not on streaming, so you have to listen to it on CD for now. We think it's gonna be streaming by the end of the week. We, as in me and the other critics, I guess. I don't know. Oh my God. Oh, what a time! What a time I'm having. I'm not having a good time. So yeah, I left. So that's that. I left one of my jobs. Did not see advancement there. So just me. I've been looking forward to Monday since I left on Friday. Since I left the job on Friday, but it's like just to do nothing. But it's boring. It's not fun. I don't like it. I went to the gym. I came back. I did my thing. Just sat around, watched some TV. And then I went to see Thor, the new Thor Ragnarok. I thought it was fine. The director is Taika Waititi. He directed the Shadows movie. Oh Jesus, Chad! What We Do in the Shadows. My God, you saw that movie 2 years ago and you can't remember the man's name. And he did a good job with the movie, directing it. It's very interesting. I was listening to an NPR podcast. I think it might have been Pop Culture Happy Hour, but essentially what I talk about that podcast a lot. Essentially what they were talking about was how Marvel's looking for, and Marvel's had all these troubles with directors and people who they have to fire and stuff like that, and like how Phil Lord and Chris Miller were kicked out of their project for Star Wars, and then how Edgar Wright was kicked out of Ant-Man. It was just because and how Joss Whedon is doing a Batgirl movie now, and he's not doing an Avengers movie, a third Avengers movie. And so it's strange. No women in that. It's strange how Marvel has no women directors, no women. I don't think it had any women writers, and their women characters are just so two-dimensional, which is an issue with Tessa Thompson's character in Thor Ragnarok. I'm going to talk about that later. But the podcast is essentially saying that Marvel needs people to be creative but work within their parameters. And sometimes you get people like Joss Whedon and Edgar Wright and Phil Lord and Chris Miller who are just so creative that they want to do their own thing with the with Phil and Chris with the improvising of the Han Solo movie, and they don't want to listen to Disney. When I get it, because that's the way I am. That's why I left that other job, because I wanted to be creative. I don't want to write lists and talk about people dying all the time, because that's not fun. It's not cool, and that's not how news works. So even local news is not how news works. It's stupid and archaic and antiquated. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't care. I don't care if you're in a number 9 market. The way you make things better is by innovating and changing the mixture. If you want the final product to be something good and delicious, then you're gonna have to try messing with the recipe sometimes. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna get angry. I just came back, literally just came back, walked in the door, took off my pants, took a nice whiz, and then came back in here and sat down and set up recording. Also, Adobe updated its cloud services to 2018, and last year it broke Audition, and I had to download 2015's version of Audition, and now I'm using 2018's version. So far, so good, but we'll see. They screwed up Premiere. They really did screw up Premiere. You can download it and pay the however much money you pay, and anyway, it was fine. If you've read any Thor comic, and if you've read the Planet Hulk comic book, and if you've seen the Planet Hulk cartoon movie, those two go together. Even though the movie is not as good as the movie's not good. Anyway, the movie's not. It's fine. It's not the best thing in cartoon movie. Marvel has trouble with cartoon movies and the TV shows. Period. But but they're kicking butt where it really matters. But if you read any of that stuff and you put it all together, then this is what the movie was. And so. Yeah, and it gave you everything you needed. It started the story quickly. It's funny. I guess that's what people want nowadays. That was Carl Urban. I knew it. I was looking at his eyes. Carl Urban's in the movie, by the way. He's Scourge or Scourge. Anyway, it put Thor on the planet. It took a while to get to the planet, but it put Thor on Sakaar, and you got to see what Planet Hulk is about. Hulk fights as a gladiator and he wins all the time. The end. That's it. But they basically painted over that entire storyline with maybe 5 sentences of exposition. It's he's really good. They never say his name. They don't say his name until he introduces him as Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. Sorry, and he's just Thor. They just 5 lines of he's really good. He beats people, and then they show the fight. They show Thor versus Hulk, and that's maybe about 10 minutes of forgettable fighting, of course, because this is a Marvel movie. It's a superhero movie. Excuse me. All the superhero movies have horrible fight scenes, except for Man of Steel. Really enjoyed that. They destroyed the entire city. I loved it. That is seriousness in my voice. And then that's it. And then they move on. That's it. That's all you need to see. You don't need to see. I don't want to see them sit on the planet for that long. Then Jeff Goldblum's in it, and they escape from him. He's the Grandmaster, and that's fine, I guess. But he's just kind of thrown, into the void. He's not thrown into the void, but his character is just kind of forgotten. Once they escape, it's just boom. Okay, we're done. So Tessa Thompson was great in it. Her and Thor. Her character was a Valkyrie. Her character was Valkyrie, and she and Thor just had this kind of they want their thing, and it was just really pissing me off. They just do it or don't. Just do it or don't hint at it. Loki was, I guess, is a good guy now at the end of the movie, or a trickster good guy. Idris Elba, Heimdall was good. Oh, what I want to talk about is this movie would have been wonderful, would have been a great surprise if we didn't know Doctor Strange, if we didn't know Hulk were going to be in it. Just surprise us. Stop showing in the trailers and they talk about set visits, and they just talk about these things like, oh yeah, he's in this movie. In the trailer you see Doctor Strange. It would have been a great surprise if this was just a Thor movie, and then the people who like Thor, which is me, I don't like any other Marvel superhero except for Thor. And then when we go see these movies, this is the first Marvel movie I've seen in theaters for 2 years. The last one I saw was Ant-Man, and then I said, all right, I'm done because they're not good. I'm not a fan. I'm done with superhero movies, essentially. I think after Justice League comes out, I think I might hold off. I might not see Avengers Infinity War. I probably won't. I might not even see Justice League because honestly, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of these movies. I'm so tired and bored. Anyway, but it'd have been great if they would just hold off. Like for Justice League that's coming out in 4 days. We don't know. We know that Superman's coming back, but he's not shown inside of the trailers. He's not shown at all, and that's great. We haven't seen Darkseid yet. I would love the Marvel movies would have been great if we see Thanos more than once. We've only seen him twice. Once in an post-credit sequence, and then once Civil War. No, Guardians of the Galaxy. I think. See, I don't even know those movies anymore. So it'd been great. Just hide things from us. Don't tell everybody that about everything. Scourge. That's who Carl Urban plays. Anyway. Zachary Levi's in this movie? Oh, he died. That's right. They killed him. They killed the Warriors 3. They killed him. They didn't give them lines. Okay. I should stop talking. Oh my God. I'm so. Anyway, if you listen to this, 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. I hate aggregators. Anyway, if you're listening to this, it was fine. It wasn't, I don't know. It's forgettable, just like every other superhero movie. And this is what I was thinking about. During the movie, I thought, this is fun. I'm really having a good time. But as I left, I don't remember anything. I don't know why we fight over superhero movies. It's so stupid. Why do we fight over superhero movies? It doesn't make sense to me. We should all be happy. We should all be grateful that these things are made. If you told me when I was watching Task Force X, the Task Force X episode of Justice League in the early 2000s, we're still in those, in the early 2000s, yes, of Justice League on Cartoon Network when I was younger. If you had told me that was going to be a movie, I would have said, yeah, right, bull crap. If you would have told me that of course, X-Men was already around, but if you told me X-Men Evolution, that later on they would have a movie about Logan being the last mutant, one of the last mutants, and he's just this BA killer. Oh my God, I would say, no, that's not true. That's not possible. You told me that we would have had a movie about the Flash, my favorite superhero of all time, in 4 years, based on how many times I pushed that movie back. Oh my God. I still don't believe that one's coming. I don't. Anyway, we should just be happy that these things exist. All right. I don't care. Even if they're bad, like all the Iron Man movies, like Captain America, Civil War, like Doctor Strange, like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, like Spider-Man Homecoming. We should be happy that they're bad. I say bad. That I do not like them. I don't like them at all. I like the first Avengers. I think I like the second Avengers. I don't really remember. I don't recall. I do like Ant-Man. I do like Thor. I like all Thor movies. What are these phases? What are these phases? Just put the movies out. Anyway, this is dumb. I hate this. I'm so tired. All right. If you like this, I don't know why you wouldn't, because it's just a guy complaining about everything. Go watch What We Do in the Shadows. It's a fantastic horror mockumentary. That's what it is. Yeah, go watch it. What We Do in the Shadows, 2014. If you really like Flight of the Conchords, I think Rhys Darby's was in this movie. I kept hearing his voice. Control F. Rhys. No, that wasn't Rhys Darby. Anyway, if you like What We Do in the Shadows, go watch the movie. It's great. Oh, that was Waititi. He was playing that guy. Oh, okay. Anyway. Oh, I gotta take a nap. Okay. If you like this, why don't you head to www.cpluscomedy.com, where you can get the latest news, reviews, features, interviews, other good comedy bits, something I can provide you with. You can also follow us on Twitter @cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter @ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Go to youtube.com/cpluscomedy to watch our premiere TV show. News Time. That's what it's called. News Time is a good show. I like it a lot. Making it sucks because I don't know who's going to watch it, but making it in the end is always great. Monday morning when I'm putting it up, ooh, baby, it's the best feeling. Oh, my God. But everything else before that sucks. Anyway, Watch it. This week's episode is about Night of Too Many Stars, which is this Saturday. You can also donate to Night of Too Many Stars and other good comedy benefits. Night of Too Many Stars benefits Next for Autism, which is Jon Stewart helps out with that stuff, and it's going to be on HBO. Go watch it. Go watch, and also watch this News Time to learn about the history of not history, but learn about comedy and comedians helping out these different types of organizations. All right. Thanks for listening. I'm Chad White. I love you. Bye.